What if I told you that a single government decision could send shockwaves through the economy, destroy some industries, and make others insanely profitable? Tariffs are on the rise, and they're about to reshape everything from the stock market to your daily expenses. We're talking seismic shifts, folks, the kind that can make or break your portfolio. Forget what you think you know about investing because the old rules don't apply in a tariff war. We're talking winners and losers, and right now, the playing field is tilting. Stick around, because today, I'll break down exactly how tariffs will impact your money, and which industries could make you rich or bankrupt you. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. What the heck is a tariff anyway? In plain English, it's a tax, plain and simple, but not just any tax, it's a tax on goods coming in from other countries. Think of it as a border wall for businesses, designed to protect domestic industries from foreign competition. Now, on the surface, that might sound like a good thing, right? Protect our own, boost American jobs, the whole 9 yards, but hold your horses. There's a flip side to this coin, and it's got unintended consequences written all over it. See, when you slap a tariff on something, it doesn't just magically disappear. That cost gets passed down the line right to you, the consumer. Suddenly that shiny new gadget from overseas just got a whole lot more expensive, and what happens when things get too pricey? People stop buying them. But here's the kicker, tariffs don't exist in a vacuum. They set off a chain reaction, a global game of tit for tat. One country raises tariffs, the other retaliates, and before you know it, you've got a full-blown trade war on your hands. Remember what happened with China? We slapped tariffs on their goods and they came back swinging at our soybeans, our cars, our farmers. It was a full-blown trade war, folks, and it sent shockwaves through the global economy. So what does this all mean for you? It means buckle up because we're in for a bumpy ride. Some industries are going to get crushed, while others are going to be sitting pretty. The key is to know the difference, to separate the winners from the losers. Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat things. Tariffs are going to create some serious losers in the market. These are companies that rely heavily on global supply chains, importing raw materials or finished goods. And when those imports get slapped with a hefty tax, well, their bottom line is going to feel the pain. First up, let's talk tech. I'm talking about your Apples, your Teslas, the companies that rely on a complex web of global suppliers to make those sleek gadgets we all love. Tariffs on components, on chips, on screens, it all adds up. And guess what? Those costs get passed on to you, the consumer, or they eat into the company's profits. Either way, it's not pretty. Next, brace yourselves for the retail apocalypse, part 2. I'm talking about your Walmarts, your Targets, the stores that stock their shelves with goods from every corner of the globe. Clothing, appliances, electronics, you name it, if it's imported, it's about to get more expensive. And when prices go up, demand goes down. And let's not forget the auto industry. Cars these days are rolling global mosaics with parts sourced from all over the world. But here's the thing. Steel and aluminum, two key ingredients in car manufacturing, are prime targets for tariffs. Higher steel prices mean higher car prices, and that means fewer cars sold. It's a recipe for disaster. But here's the thing, even in the midst of a storm, there are always opportunities. While some industries crumble under the weight of tariffs, others will rise from the ashes, stronger than ever. And that's where things get really interesting. Alright, enough with the doom and gloom, let's talk about the winners in this tariff tug-of-war, the companies and industries that are going to come out on top. Remember, every crisis is an opportunity, and right now the opportunity lies in domestic production, baby. First on the victory podium, American manufacturers. We're talking steel mills roaring back to life, factories humming with activity, jobs, jobs, jobs. Companies that produce goods right here in the good old US of A are about to have a serious competitive edge. No more relying on those pesky imports, no sir. We're bringing manufacturing back home, and companies like Occidental Petroleum are leading the charge. Next up, let's talk about the backbone of this country, energy. Remember those OPEC oil shocks back in the day? Well, tariffs could be the kick in the pants we need to finally achieve energy independence. We're talking domestic oil and gas production, we're talking renewables, we're talking about breaking free from our reliance on foreign oil once and for all. And let's not forget about agriculture. Our farmers are the best in the world, but they've been struggling for years. Tariffs on foreign food imports? That's music to their ears. Suddenly American-grown produce, American-raised meat, it's all back on the menu. These are just a few examples, folks. The point is, tariffs are going to reshape the economic landscape, creating winners and losers along the way. The key is to be on the right side of that equation, to position yourself for profit in this brave new world. Now you're probably thinking, Jim, this is all well and good, but how do I actually make money from this? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? But don't worry, I've got you covered. First and foremost, keep your eyes on those domestic manufacturing stocks. These are the companies that are going to benefit most from a resurgence in American production. We're talking steel, aluminum, machinery, you name it. These companies are about to see a surge in demand, and their stock prices are going to follow suit. Next, let's talk about commodities. When global trade gets disrupted, investors tend to flock to safe haven assets like gold and oil. These are tangible assets with intrinsic value, and they tend to hold up well in times of uncertainty. But here's my top pick, the industry that I believe is poised to absolutely explode in a high-tariff environment: infrastructure. Think about it. If we're serious about bringing manufacturing back to America, we need to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. We're talking roads, bridges, airports, the whole 9 yards. This is a trillion-dollar opportunity, folks, and the companies that are involved in these projects are going to be raking in the dough. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and bet the farm on any one of these industries. Investing is all about diversification, about spreading your risk around, but what I am saying is that tariffs are creating a unique set of circumstances, and smart investors are going to find ways to profit from them. As tariffs reshape the global economy, smart investors will adapt. If you want to stay ahead, now's the time to rethink your portfolio. Don't get caught flat-footed. The winds of change are blowing, and those who don't adapt, well, they get left behind. Let me know in the comments, do you think tariffs will help or hurt the economy? Are you buying into the domestic manufacturing boom? Let's discuss. This is a conversation we need to be having, folks. Subscribe now for more insights on economic trends and smart investing. Don't miss my next video, where I reveal hidden investment opportunities most people overlook. See you there.